Good evening, YouTube. Welcome back once again to Phatkat Collections. Happy holidays. What day is it today? We are at the 13th, so getting close to Christmas. I have to get Christmas shopping done. I swear. I always wait till the last minute. Every year, I'm going to start early. I think about it for like a month, and then I shop for myself. So anyway, guys, today I want to share with you guys another great fragrance. This is one that you will be able to find it. It's not readily available, and there's hardly any information on this thing. I looked up for granted. I've looked at several different websites on YouTube. There's really nothing. The best I could tell that this by a company called True Fragrances, TRU, kind of like the 90s rap group TRU. A couple great songs by that artist. Still that CD. Anyway, that's what made me kind of think of it. But anyway, getting to the cologne. This is the fragrance right here. And this is, as far as I could tell, by a company called O3. That's the product name. And I'm going to tell you who makes this in a second. Or not who makes it, but what this company's made for. So it's by True Fragrances, which is kind of like I'd say like a big conglomerate fragrance house that makes fragrances for all kinds of companies. This is the kind of fragrance that I gotta tell you, it's what really drives me to collecting fragrances. It's one of these blind buys. I guess in this case it wasn't completely a blind buy, but it's one of these cheapy but goodies. And this is so good, I'm gonna go to my local TJ Maxx and see if I can pick up some of these. They have a few different kinds under this name, under the O3, and this is just fantastic. You know, a lot of times when you go shop, I don't know if you guys are like me, and you know, if you buy cologne online, of course, most of the time I do, because you get the best prices. But every now and then, when you go to some of those big box stores like TJ Maxx, like Marshall's, places like that, you find some cheapy but goodies. And this was only $12.99. I like it so much that, like I said, I'm going to go back and check out the other two fragrances they had. We were kind of in a hurry. I went back there with my mom to find some Christmas tree, and it wasn't available. So naturally, I haven't been to a TJ Maxx in a while, so I checked out the cologne section, and I kept getting this whiff. And I tracked it down, and it is this right here, Nitro Woods. So again, this is by O3, but the company behind this, the perfumer, I don't know if it's an actual single perfumer or it's a pretty big company called True Fragrances. They make fragrances for like Anchor Blue, if you remember those stores. Rock Revival, some of the fragrances you gotta find there. I think maybe, who else? Who else? Oh, Gap, some of the Gap fragrances. If you check out their portfolio, you'll see some of the other companies. A whole bunch of companies that they make fragrances for. Now, again, some people will consider this, you know, and the thing is, what I like about the fragrance community, you have less watch snobs like watch snobs, you know what I mean? Like with watch snobs, you have guys who are like, oh, I won't wear an Invicta, you know, that whole argument. But with cologne, I feel it's a little bit better. You know, I feel like you don't have a lot of those people. I feel like it's a lot more open-minded, but there are some people who will be like, oh, I wouldn't wear that cheap Walmart crap. But this is not Walmart crap. And honestly, this is not rocket science. Fragrances are basically, some are better than others based on maybe they use more natural ingredients. But honestly, at the end of the day, I mean, they're either high quality in the fact that they're more potent, or they're more affordable in the fact there's more alcohol. So it comes down to the concentration. Now, you may think I'm completely wrong in that, but I have enough fragrances and smelled enough by, you know, expensive niche houses that charge $600 for a bottle of cologne. I have a few of those samples here. I'm not going to name which companies, but let's face it, at the end of the day, some of those don't last either. So this is pretty good longevity, I got to tell you. I mean, it's you know, you're not going to get powerhouse, you know, longevity out of this, but projection's great, and this is going to smell, I'd say, at least a couple hours on your skin, and it's so cheap that it's very easy to carry with you, get a couple bottles, and refresh yourself. So I wore this last night. What I found is that on the inside of my arms, it kind of dissipated a little bit quicker, but as I rubbed the back of my neck and smelled my hand, it was radiating it off me. My dad sprayed a little bit on his arm. He doesn't normally wear cologne. I was over at the computer. I went over near him, and I was like, I got a whiff of it. And this stuff smells great. Unfortunately, and this is where some of you guys who've been watching me for a while, you know, I try to give you guys the best idea of what's in this stuff. And on the bottom of the container here, there really isn't a lot of information. Let me see if I can try to make something out here. Yeah, I mean, they have a list of chemicals on here, but it just doesn't list. Naturally, they put a clear label on it, so I'm trying to hold it up to the light and tilt it sideways. I'm not going to read you naturally watering, ethanol. I believe it says ethanol. So a lot of your alcohols, but it doesn't have anything. There's nothing about the notes on this. So I can't even like give you guys. I am not, when it comes to fragrances like this that don't have any kind of notes, I have a very difficult time trying to decipher what I actually smell. Obviously, it's a woody fragrance. It's very pleasing. It doesn't, to me, smell like something, a lot of times when you buy some of the $10 fragrances that you're going to get, again, in big box stores like that, and you may find them in Walmart, and like a perfect example of an inexpensive fragrance, although I am hoping that they're going to send me more fragrances. Cremo, you guys know I love the Cremo line. Then you also have Duke Cannon. They came out with a line of their fragrances. I haven't smelled a lot of the Duke Cannon stuff yet, but if you go into Walmart, you'll find Cremo. And Cremo is a very affordable brand, and you're going to find their basic, inexpensive fragrances. And I would say this is on par with what you're going to get for that money. However, the smell on this is just, a lot of times those smell pretty generic. And there's something about this that is extremely appealing to me. I'm not sure, again, what notes are in this, but this to me smells like something you're going to get in the higher end $80, $90 price range that you're going to find if you walked into like a Macy's or Sephora. Again, guys, it's woody, it's very aromatic. I wouldn't say it's heavy on the wood, but it's definitely got that wood note, and I kind of smell a little bit of maybe fruit, some kind of fruit in here, maybe some kind of lemon or bergamot, or lime, I mean, but it's definitely what I would consider not what you'd expect from like your $12.99 special. And again, guys, I wanted to put this up here because although I'm not, I don't have a lot of information for you guys about this fragrance, I wanted to at least share it in hopes that some of you other guys may have smelled it and maybe you have some information that I don't. I find it amazing that a company would produce something and not list any of the notes. I can't find any information about this. So this is True Fragrances, and they actually make, this is a 03, to the best of my knowledge, is a TJ Maxx brand. So it's only something made for TJ Maxx. You're only going to find it there unless somebody has put it, to the best of my knowledge. Again, if I'm wrong, let me know. Drop me a comment. To the best of my knowledge, you're only going to find this in stores like that. Now, I did find a couple on eBay. I will put a link in the description to where you can pick those up. They're about 50 bucks if you buy them on eBay. And I have to tell you, this, if you can't find it in TJ Maxx for that price, it's so good that I would recommend buying it anyway. If you can't, I mean, it is just absolutely incredible. There's just like a woody warmth to this. Definitely a fragrance I would say that you could wear summertime, you can wear it wintertime. It's not something that's going to be too cloying. I think it's just a fantastic juice. I wish I had more information for you, but a lot of times, again, when I smell fragrances that are inexpensive like this, that are big box store, no-name brand fragrances, most of the time, they smell like other fragrances. This is what you can expect from going to like Bath & Body Works and finding one of their fragrances. They're still great. They smell wonderful. They're affordable. But a lot of times, they kind of come and go, and this definitely is something that, I mean, like a lot of times those fragrances, when you smell them, you'll be like, oh yeah, they've copied this fragrance. I don't know, out of the 250 fragrances I have anything that smells like this. This is unique to itself as far as my collection's concerned. And a lot of times with designer fragrances or these kind of, kind of affordable houses that create fragrances for Anchor Blues and kind of like Abercrombie and department stores like that, a lot of times when you smell those, they're basically they're copying other fragrances. They're clones. So they know that a fragrance is really popular. They create their own rendition. They know it's going to sell when somebody smells it. It smells good. But this, I'm sure this might be copied. This might be copying something, but I just can't pinpoint what it is. It smells fantastic, and I encourage you to check it out. If you do see this in your big box stores for $12.99, pick it up. Nice thing about this one here, wasn't in a box. I was able to test spray it, and I was like, wow. I'm like, that is incredible for $12.99. So check it out, guys. Again, I wish I had more information for you about this. I wish my nose was talented enough to really pick out the notes. Sometimes, when it comes to these fragrances, when I review them, I'm not the best one as far as the note breakdown. Really, what really helps me is when I can find the notes and smell it and get to know the fragrance, and then I can kind of determine, oh yeah, I can make that out. I can look on Fragrantica but I can compare it with other fragrances, kind of learn what, if I smell cedarwood. Now, I'm pretty familiar with cedarwood, so I know what cedarwood smells like. But honestly, a lot of times I have to refresh myself to know, I'll smell and be like, oh, it's really familiar. I know I've smelled that before, but unless I actually smell the fragrance again, it's hard for me to pinpoint. So we're all different. Some people, and there's a lot of guys much better at doing this than me. I definitely recommend, I wish Redolessence would pick this up because I would love to hear what he has to say about it. It's a great juice, and he'd be able to break the notes down. I mean, obviously, I wouldn't say better than me. I mean, he'd be able to break them down. I can't. So anyway, check it out, guys. I did want to share it with you guys. Just like you guys know, anytime I get something I'm excited about that's of good quality, I want to share it in case you guys stumble on it. You might remember my video, being TJ Maxx, be like, oh man, Phatkat, remember him recommending that. Check it out. I think you'll like it. So anyway, guys, thanks for watching. Have a great evening. Subscribe to the channel, of course, and take care.